Are you tired of your Subaru shifter doing this? Well, we're going to show you how to fix that. We are recording. Here you go.
I cannot reach camera. There we go.
Now, this video started with a bit of a role reversal. Usually, Krazy Karl does the car repairs and I operate the camera. But since he could not fit under the car no matter how hard he tried, we decided that I should be the one to try to help remove this part of the linkage. Well, that went about as well as you'd expect. Yeah, this ain't doing anything.
It's beyond the ratchet. Okay.
We can't even get a click. Now, most of the research that we've done into this saw that you had to remove the subframe. You had to remove parts of the exhaust system. You had to remove just about everything underneath the car to get to this one piece of the linkage. If you have a lift, this is easy. Since most people at home, us included, don't have access to $5,000 lifts and 15-foot high buildings that will allow us to do such things, you're kind of stuck. We thought this project was over even before it began. That is, until one of us had an idea.
Wait, do you have that removed?
What?
That whole bar can come out, right?
Yeah, it can go out.
Okay, let me see this. Is that... Come on, light. Cooperate with me. I am going to try to remove that lock pin and see if we can't pull that out and change it outside of the car. That would be easier. Is that a bolt or a pin or what the hell are you?
I thought it looked like a hex,
It does kind of.
but I tried all of them and it's round on the inside.
Stay down there, hold the light, put it this way, and I've got to lift the car again.
Far be it from me, but why can't we just jack the rear end up and put it on jack stands?
I thought about doing that. I was gonna back it on ramps, and I decided that was a bad idea. Because I couldn't get the ramps under the car. I'm pretty sure there's a lock pin. Okay, I gotta breathe. Okay. I only have a Subaru laying on me. It's not even the heaviest car I've had to lay on me.
You'll believe it. Yep, this is the reason why we're getting rid of this car. We can't get any further than that underneath it to do the repair work. We need to make it awesome.
Okay, you need to fill that lift. It's starting to seep down here. That leak is starting to seep.
Do I need to... Oh, you're saying that his farts are starting to stink.
Yep.
I was like...
I'm starting to smell the bean leakage.
Do I need to go get like a towel and wipe up coolant or something? Or
No, but you need to get me a pair of pliers that aren't broken.
oh,
Kit, I need another pair of lock joint pliers. Those broke.
cobalt, that is not a good mark for you.
Hey, I can breathe easier.
Oh. Are you calling me fat?
No, the car lost 80 pounds. It helps.
80 pounds? You do realize I'm 150, right?
You're the one that just said your weight on camera.
I'm not.
Hand me one of the big punches they're hanging up there on the pegboard. And a hammer. And a small hammer. The small... I'm going to try, even though I don't think this is going to work. I need room. I'm getting my leg day.
You are. By the way, this is what we're doing is highly dangerous. Do not work underneath the car while you're trying to lift that car with your legs. I don't think y'all heard any of that.
I'm a trained crazy.
Is that what you call
And he's still alive.
I've gotten a good workout.
our forever fighting each other?
Ugh.
Yep, there goes the birds singing out their songs of territory and war.
They really freaking hate each other and they're the same species.
Yeah.
That's why. Pretty much.
Oh, ow. Oh.
This is the origins of Twitter.
Yeah.
There's probably some great political debate going on right now.
My stick.
Yes, that's pretty much the equivalent of most Twitter arguments.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got the rear end jacked up.
3 points.
We got a jack stand here.
All right.
So we got wooden blocks underneath there. And we're holding it with the jack stand. So the entire goal is that you can at least watch your life flash before your eyes before the thing comes down crushing you and killing you. So you get the full movie, you don't just get the made-for-TV version.
My ribs actually make it through now. I can't do anything about making my rib cage smaller. Well, it's funny, they said something about the removing the O2 sensor. It's over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's nowhere close to being in the right spot. I've run into a lot of stuff with this car that's that way.
Yeah, it looks like the proper way to do it is to remove this freaking subframe right here and get that out of the way. And then you would have, and remove this piece right here, and you would actually have clearance to do it. That's the actual issue, because if you're working at your home, unless you got a quick pack or a quick lift, you actually don't have the room to get this or this out.
Yeah, and yeah.
So that's the entire issue.
I got a bigger punch that's helping me. I'll have to get a smaller one once I get there. I'm not trying to hit the camera.
I understand, I'm not mad at you. Well, you want to know what's funny? This is only the second most dangerous thing I've ever done on a car, on camera.
Oh?
Yeah, drilling into a full fuel tank was the first.
It was only a quarter full. So I got a big nail to use as an extender for the punch. And also, if it does have a expansion pin in the middle of expander setting, that should knock that pin out, because it's small enough that it'll go inside of that one. So we'll see. But it's a double pin. This is the big part, and it has a small one that goes inside, and that's what locked this to the shifter linkage.
Okay, so how did you get it out, since nobody saw the...
You put it in 5th gear, so that's angled out. So this hole will be angled out. Your transmission needs to be in 5th gear. That's angled out. Then you use the little punch to knock out the center hole, the center expansion joint. Then you use a bigger punch to knock the big expansion point out. And there's the little one. This is the one you gotta knock out first. And for some reason Subaru likes expansion joints, which the things that I saw reviews on didn't talk about those. They just talked about the bolt, which the bolt is 12 millimeter. And then you can pull this out. This has a rubber boot on it. The one on here was rotten, so it's gone.
First you have to disconnect, unbolt this from the inside of the car off of the shifter linkage inside the car.
Yeah.
And pull it through the floor.
Why don't you point that out and point out the adjustment point for the parking brake?
Okay, so what's the first thing you got to do?
First thing, you have to unbolt that off of here. This thing is most likely going to be rotten unless your car is nice, unlike this one. Move that out of the way. Well, this goes through the floor here. I just pulled it through. But this is attached, you know, like that. Except this is going through the floor. You disconnect, or you take the bolt out of here, and you undo the punch on the underside, and then you pull it through the floor. That way you don't have to drop all the exhaust shields and transmission crossbars too.
Yeah.
Knock the pin out, pull it out, and swap them out.
Yeah, most people, thank God the actual bushing that's on the bottom of this isn't chewed up. Because that would require us to actually drop the transmission.
Yes, which we can't do. So you do have to have it in 5th gear to get the angle to get it out.
It makes it a whole lot easier. I started in 1st gear, that was a nightmare. Put 5th gear and it came right on out.
Yep, 5th gear makes it a whole lot easier. Anyway, but we will catch back with this after we get that apart.
And it's moving. It's just, this was the easiest way.
No, I'm not making fun of you. Just saying. We'll be back soon.
What has happened on this one? This bushing's been gone for a long time on this side. You see that one's broken. Someone actually came in here and tightened this. So you had metal on this side, and I had to unbend this a little bit to get that in there. And then I used my punch to line them up so I can get the bolt back in. And the bolt is directional. Big opening on this side, small opening on the other. And it's a tight fit in the rubber fitting, which is going to be fun. But getting it fed back in there. You don't have to have a tappy.
Tap, tap, taparoo. Just give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tapper. Now I want to watch Happy Gilmore again.
And I am going to use a little dab of Loctite because you don't want to super tighten this.
Red or blue?
Blue. Unless you really hate the next person that owns the car.
It's down all the way, but I'm just going to put it on there a little bit just so it doesn't move around too much for him when he's trying to put that punch
take
in.
it off again anyways because I've got to set these. I got to see if that hole's in the right spot.
Why is everything OD green?
I don't know. I've already asked that question.
Tactical Sooby.
It's a tactical Sooby. All right, so those were 2 12s that he just messed with right there.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I used duct tape to secure the expansion pin to the set so I could get it in. And I didn't expect the duct tape to actually stick that well to the punch and to the pin, especially since the pin was covered in oil. It stuck incredibly well. I could not get the glue off, but this is also duct tape from the 80s. So
how much of that duct tape ended up inside the hole that you were trying to shove the
there's
expansion
probably
pin
going
in?
to be a whole bunch of it because I got to finish driving this thing in now.
Okay.
So, extra security?
Yes.
Lost in the wild.
It's recording.
Oh, God.
Did he look into the light?
Oh, I'm trapped in here with the smell.
Now you know how I felt earlier.
No, I hadn't told you. Okay, I didn't fart. Haha. So you didn't smell anything.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This is the double set. I've gotten the big one in, and I've set in the small one. I used duct tape. You can see the tape still kind of stuck to this. Well, the glue stuck to that. To secure the pins to the end of the set so I could set them in because I couldn't get my hand up there to hold them in place and get it started, then just get it about half in and then take the tape off. I ended up having to cut tape off the first one. It slid right off of that one. I just had to cut it off the set. Then just finish setting it home, send it in there, and that'll lock it, and then it's all good, all new.
That's actually neutral instead of it moving, 2 feet each direction. It's at 2 inches.
All right. Well, it's all back together. That's all set. That's all fixed. That was originally what I thought was the only thing needing done was this, and a flush. CV axle, thermostat, hoses, more hoses, spark plugs, wires.
Most likely an incorrectly installed head gasket.
I didn't do that one. But everything else, and then trunk repair. So, but it is at a point where it should be perfectly usable.
Yes. So we are going to kick this thing to somebody else.
Let it be someone else's problem. It's just too much trouble for me. It's too hard to work on. I can't get in and out underneath it. I can't get in and out of it. And I drive it more than about 20 minutes and it starts killing me. I had to take the headrest out because the headrest hit me right here all the way up. So I am way too tall for this car and too big for this car. So, but I wanted one. I've owned one. I don't want to own one anymore.
Yes, we'll get rid of this thing, and then we'll have something else fun to come into the channel. Yeah. Perhaps it'll be something that not everybody and their brother already has on YouTube and does videos for.
The main things I'm looking for, I haven't really seen much. I'm actually finding a lack of stuff on, so
yeah,
it might be interesting, might not be. I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe more than 3 of y'all will actually watch his videos.
Well, till next time.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
So long.